Hi guys, it's Irit and I have my second art journaling process video. On this layout, I decided to play with some Liquitex heavy body acrylic paints, and I am totally playing. I have no plan. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Um, and yeah, that's part of the fun, right? So really, like, one of my major goals with this art journal is to get to know my supplies better. Um, maybe stop buying them and use them more. Um, so I'm just playing with the colors. I used yellow and two greens. One is like a green yellow, and the other one is called like a lime green. Um, and Yeah, I discover all kinds of things while I'm doing this, and certain colors, like that purple, for example, I really like it, but I don't know, somehow I don't like it with other colors. Maybe just like with some neutrals. But I really like don't like how it looks and how it makes the other colors look while I'm playing here. And I just added also some white just to get things lighter and brighter. I really don't want dark colors. Um, I think, excuse me, one of the, like, sorry, that's my squeaky chair. One of the dilemmas that I always have when I buy things like paints, and that can be like acrylic or watercolor, is which ones to get. And obviously, if you have no budget issues, you can just get whatever you like, everything, and well, can't imagine everything because there's like a ton of stuff out there. But you can just get a bunch of stuff. But if you are on a budget, then I always feel like it's kind of like two major, like a battle of between two major like categories. And one is the colors that I love, and the other is colors that I can mix into, pretty much every other color. And that's quite a dilemma. And I have to say, when I started like looking into more artist grade materials like art supplies, like this Liquitex paints, I don't think they are that expensive. And I always search for sales. So I got these on sale. They were like 30% off. I got them from a store in the UK, like an online store, and they deliver all over Europe. It's called Ken Bromley. And if I remember, I will put a link. But they had like, I don't know, 30% off. And then if you get 6, you also get this big tube that you see at the top of the screen of white paint. So, it's always worth to search around, shop around for some deals. I think in America it's probably cheaper, like in the US, but in Europe it's very, I really have to shop around to find like a good price. So my point was, when I started looking into these products like artist grade, and especially with watercolors, because artist grade watercolors can get quite pricey, I, thought like which colors I should buy. And if you're on a tight budget and you like lots of colors, I would say go for the primaries, and then you can really mix your own colors. And what is usually recommended with primary colors is to get, I'm smooshing the page just to get some, things transferred from one side to the other. That's what I'm doing on the video. I'm so distracting myself. Okay, maybe I'll just go back to the video and then I'll chat some more about paint. So I'm kind of done with applying my paint. I don't think this looks good at this stage, but I have faith in this process. And I decided to try and add some Hero Arts ink, and this is their neon pink. I'm not sure what the exact name is. I think it's neon pink. Um, and yeah, it's an ink, and it comes in like this cute little dabber bottle, which I love because I don't have to use a brush, as you know. And I'm just adding it here and there. I really like, what I like about these inks is that, now I'm using the neon yellow, is that they are very translucent. So you see the color underneath. But in this case, for example, when I put them over the like turquoise, this light aqua color there, I got this really lovely bright green. And when I put the pink ink on the blue paint, I got this really nice purple. So I really like playing with that transparency and see what kind of colors I can create. And I think the last one I'm going to add is the green one, or chartreuse. I'm not sure how it's called, but I love it. It's like really radioactive. It looks like, you know, that's not right. That can't be healthy, this color. But I love it. I think like in, you know, when you use it like sparingly, or I mean, not all over the place, I think it really adds like this pop of, yeah, radioactive coolness to your layout. So yeah, I totally did not know what I was doing. So I'm just messing around, smearing the color a bit with my fingers. And okay, so back to colors. Now I'm going to dry it. Primary colors. If you're on a tight budget and you want to be able to mix lots of colors, go by primary colors. And in that case, you should get... it's very hard to find a completely pure color, like a blue that has absolutely no yellow and no red in it. So usually what people say, and the same goes for yellow and red, so even the primaries, there are warmer shades and cooler shades. So for example, a red that is considered like a good primary, that has a little bit blue in it, is the, I'm going to mess up the name, alizarin crimson. I might have said that all wrong, but that's considered like a really nice primary to have, but it's quite like a cool red. I think if it has blue in it, it's cool, right? So it has some blue in it. And then cadmium red is more in the direction of a warm red that has a little bit yellow in it. And with the blues, you have things like ultramarine blue, which has a little bit of red in it. And then you have shades that have a little bit yellow in them, like I think cobalt blue, if I'm not mistaken. But if you're interested in this stuff, I really recommend just going online and reading a little bit about color theory and primary colors, and, you know, search like which acrylic paints to buy or which watercolors to buy. And yeah, and if you have basically 6 of these, like 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows, in theory you can mix every other color, and maybe like white to make it lighter. You can make every other color. So that's one thing. And actually, I have to say that if I had to start now buying watercolors, I would probably, and I was on a really tight budget, I would go in this direction. Because with watercolors, I don't know, it's really fun to mix them. And yeah, and if you get like artist grade quality watercolors, it's just a whole other opera. I mean, it's just lovely. With acrylic paints, I like mixing them less. So I tend to just buy the colors that I love, not thinking too much about, you know, being able to like have all these options. And actually with acrylic paints, you can also get like a lot of craft paints and, like the paint dabbers that are really reasonably priced. I mean, I don't have the kind of variety that you have in the US. But, in the US, you can find like these Americana or even the Martha Stewart paints like for $1 or something like that or less. And you can really just buy the colors you love and not think about it too much. That was a lot of talking about paint. I hope that wasn't too boring. But I think if you really want to get into, expanding your stash of art supplies or investing in some things, you should think about it. Don't just run out and buy. Think about what you want, about your budget, what you have available, and that sort of thing. Anyway, so what I did here is I'm kind of exploring kind of negative painting or negative space painting, or I'm not even sure how it's called. I mean, excuse me, I have no official, education when it comes to art. I'm just learning as I go, learn from videos and online classes and that sort of thing. But there is like this technique which, you paint a background and then you cover some parts of it to reveal a shape. And I saw this really great video, if I'll remember, I put a link, about this painter. I don't know, he has like this really great exercises about how he warms up, and he makes this crazy colorful canvases, and then he takes gesso or white paint and just covers everything except like a vase of flowers in the middle, which the vase of flowers is basically that crazy background that he started with. And he's just like sculpting those images from, like, he's not painting the object, he's painting the things around the object. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's what I was thinking here. I made this crazy background and just playing with colors and see how they look and how they work together and how they flow and all these things. And then I took some black acrylic ink and made these circles. And I made the circles over the places that I liked the most on this layout, where I liked how the colors mixed or how they looked. And that's kind of what I circled. And then I'm just gonna cover most of it with white paint, like everything outside the circles or almost everything. And yes, I had to use a brush, and yes, I had to, kind of clean it. I wouldn't call it clean. But yeah, that's why I buy cheap brushes, because I just treat them horribly. And I know that if I buy expensive brushes, I don't think it will motivate me enough to take care of them. So this set is from IKEA, and I got like 6 brushes for like €2 or something. Anyway, so I'm going around the shapes, and again, I'm just covering the parts that I don't really like. The ink is not completely dry, the black ink, so some areas I will get a little bit of gray, which I am totally okay with it. And I just love the texture. My white paint is heavy body Liquitex paint. It's titanium white, which is like this nice pure white. And I just love how it looks, and I think you can get a better idea of, the lovely texture and the depth you get in the close-up shots, because, the white areas are not completely white. You can still see a hint of what was behind them. And I just think it makes the whole thing really interesting. And I really enjoyed it, and I really want to play some more with this type of like negative space. And yeah, I'm just going on here, adding some more white. And what else do I want to say? I want to say thank you so much to everyone who left such lovely comments on my art journaling video, and also on my face-to-face, face-to-camera, face-to-computer screen video. I really appreciate it. You're all like really lovely, and I thank you. And yeah, I'm recording this June 2nd. It's Tuesday. In 2 days, I should have my hip kit layout up on my YouTube channel. I don't know when I'll upload this. I mean, on one hand, I kind of want to share it now, but then on the other hand, I'm thinking maybe I should try to post these art journaling videos like on a weekly basis, because I'm not sure I can keep up with this pace. I made this layout and the one before it kind of in one weekend, or most of it even in one day. But unfortunately, I don't think I can keep that up. So we'll see. But yeah, again, thanks a lot. And yeah, I'm just smooshing the pages again, and it gives me a little bit more texture because my paint is not completely dry. And what I'm going to do now is, I don't know, oh yes, I'm going to add some paint splatters, and I'm using distress paint. This is cracked pistachio, and you just have to add, you know, enough water to get the right consistency, so that you can add some splatters. You know, you can totally use a mist or something, but I kind of like the idea of knowing that it's permanent. I don't know, I'll have to give up on that idea, I think, for at least some of my layouts, like pages, because I have a lot of other media that I really love that are not permanent, like gelatos and you know, watercolor crayons and all those goodies. So, but you know, I started with paint, so I stayed with paint. And I'm gonna add this stamp, and it's a Unity stamp. It's from this lovely stamp set by Donna Downey for Unity Stamps, and she has like great stamps. And it has like this huge flower that I am super excited to use on a future page. I must use it. And all kinds of sayings. So I think this one says, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you, or something like that. And I stamped it a few times around my like page, and I'm gonna add also the date, and I'm gonna add the date also to the previous page, and I think this is it. So I don't know, somehow, you know, close-ups. Oh, I'm gonna go around with this is like a graphic liner by Derwent, and it has acrylic ink in it, so it's also permanent. And I think that close-ups of art journal pages sometimes look better than the finished, than the entire thing. But you know, because you can also choose like which parts to take a photo of. But it's so fun to look at, right? It's like pretty and colorful and just a pleasure. So that's the finished page. I had so much fun making it. And these are some close-up. Look at that lovely, lovely texture. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.